want to tell you why this photo is actually a little bit safer than you might think at first. First off, this floating platform, they're very stable, really hard to tip over, really hard to sink. Second of all, they have placed the lift dead center on it, which keeps an even weight distribution and prevents tipping, sinking, anything like that. And they have also gone ahead and tied off from the corners of the lift to the corners of this platform, preventing it from being able to move, which will prevent them from tipping over. And they do not have it extended all the way, which is also helpful. Okay, so why didn't they drain the pool? One, that's really expensive and it takes a really long time. And I'm sure they did not want the pool shut down long enough to drain it and refill it, and didn't want to deal with whoever was using it complaining that was not the right temperature. Third of all, how do you get this lift down into the bottom of the pool? You can need a specialty ramp or some sort of specialty crane, which you can't get in this building. Third, this genie lift won't be able to reach once it's down the extra 15 or so feet to get to the deep end at the bottom of the pool. And finally, most pools are sloped to get from the shallow end to the deep end. And you cannot use this kind of lift on a sloped surface. They will tip over. Okay, so at this point, you're probably like, why not a big deck over the pool? And so a few problems with that. One is storage. That's a lot of equipment and stuff to store. Two, manpower. You need a lot of people to put that together. And three is some of those people have to be in scuba gear because you're installing things underwater. You also do partially have to drain the pool. You don't have to drain it completely. But then you do need the people in scuba gear. And that's a whole other safety issue and problem because all those people need certifications and experience. You can't just like give someone a scuba gear and a wrench and tell them to go like bolt things together underwater. It doesn't work. Not only is this probably the safest way that they could have done it, it's also the most efficient because the other ways we talked about, draining the pool, platform, those require a lot more people and equipment. And that always brings in more safety concerns. And they can do this with probably these two people in the lift and then one to two people on the ground for support, like whoever's taking this picture and maybe like one other person. And that's it. And that's a pretty reasonable crew for this type of work. Not like 100% sure what they're doing up there, but maybe hanging a light. That's what I would be doing.